powerful presence begins with acute self-awareness. And the better you know yourself, the more authentically you can present yourself to the world.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Kristie Kennedy. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Doing great. Excited to share my heart with you.
It's a great pleasure to connect with you. What part of the world are you in right now?
Tallahassee, Florida, the Sunshine State.
Love it. Well, do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history.
My energizing, motivating voice.
Well, I definitely can hear that voice shouting loud and clear, full of joy. Who did you learn that from?
You know, Angel, one of my greatest inspirations when I was young was Martin Luther King Jr. And I can see the vision of his face. On my wall, I had the I have a dream speech. And I literally carried his words in my heart. And I wanted to have that kind of impact, inspiring people to do good, to love, not to hate.
That's amazing. So is there someone in your family that carried that type of vigor, that type of energy as well?
That stands out to me would be my Aunt Lucy. And she's gone, but Aunt Lucy, she was our Mother Teresa, and she lived a life of love. You know, it's one thing to say that you love, but then it's another to demonstrate in action.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that as well, my friend. Action speaks louder than words, most definitely. So tell us, what do you do professionally with this joy that you bring to the world?
Yes, I am a certified impact coach, a licensed esthetician by trade. Hence, I spend most of my days empowering women to believe in the beauty that they carry within themselves.
Where's the best place for someone that's listening to connect with you?
I'm online from Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Kristie Y. Kennedy, or my website, KristieKennedy.com.
Now, this website, Queenfidence, who came up with that name?
Yes, Queenfidence was birthed from 2015, March 24th. This month, I celebrate 5 years, the day that I got a pink slip, and I turned it into Queenfidence. And I had to figure out what I was going to do next. You know, life has always thrown us those curveballs. And I realized, you know, through all my experience in the spa industry, beauty industry, the conversations that I was having, Angel, with women, they typically were dealing with their inner insecurities, the things that they were afraid of. And, you know, one powerful conversation can make a big difference. It can change someone's life. And I was determined to make sure that I lived the life of my dreams, not settling for living small and playing it safe, but really going big, living large and in charge.
That's amazing. How has it been? How's the journey been so far?
Oh, it's been a wild roller coaster ride, of course. I tell you, you never know what you sign up until you're in there. That on-the-job training is serious.
It's definitely serious. Tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Over the last 3 years, vision boarding, writing, vision boarding. 17 vision boards, 5 vision books to keep me on track. Because as you know, there's so many voices in the world. And I wanted to make sure I heard my own voice in this noisy, crowded world. And vision board number 15, we just got good news this week. I had TEDx. It was all speaking on vision board number 15. And I just got my acceptance letter. So I'll be doing my first TED Talk.
Sweet. Congratulations. How does it make you feel just looking at everything that happened, that you've been able to put there and see it come to life? How does that make you feel?
I cried for 2 hours at the lake. I go to the lake when I need to just decompress and just process things. And I was unraveled inside, I'll be honest, because I knew the 22-year journey that I had starting, you know, when I was younger. I believe in the beauty of my dreams and my future, with Whitney Houston being the timid, shy girl, the one people overlooked, the one who did not make good grades. I was not class president, all of that. And horrified of speaking in public. You know, fast forward 22 years later, and I'm going to be standing on one of the most prestigious stages. It's just overwhelming. It's overwhelming to see the journey come full circle.
Suggest to someone that's listening, someone that may be in that same place, why they should do what you've done.
Because no one is you, and that is your power. for so long when I was young, I was trying to figure out who I was. And most often I was not accepted. I was the oddball. I didn't fit in. But it's now the one thing that puts me in demand. Be you, because no one can do it better than you.
Totally agree. Amazing audience. Again, you're hearing it live from Kristie Kennedy. You can reach out to hear her on LinkedIn, or you can on Facebook, or on Twitter, or on Instagram at Kristie Kennedy, or you could just go to our website, queenfidence.com. Kristie, let's switch gears for a moment. Let me invite you now into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm blue Caribbean water. Kristie, what's your earliest childhood memory?
The earliest, riding a bicycle.
How old were you?
I would say around 7.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
Because it shaped my thought processes. My dad, when I would fall off the bike, as you're learning, you don't get it right on the first time. But when I would fall, I remember him telling me, you're not going to be able to be a model if you have scars all over your knees. And I have those scars. And today I am a model. And I realized that most of my life I was living through his lens, that I was trying to be perfect. And there's no such thing as perfection. And that I was living in my own prison because I was trying not to get scars, trying not to be hurt, all those different things, trying to play it safe. But what I realized is that my imperfections, that is my power.
Wow, it's beautiful. So how do you see it connecting to who you are today from the perspective of what is happening with the bicycle and your learning processes?
Every single day, Angel, I empower women to recognize the beauty that they possess beyond the scars, beyond the pain, beyond the abortion, beyond the rape, beyond the domestic violence. I want her to remember that she is the crown. She is valuable. She is priceless because I was once there. And to be able to be on the other side of pain, and that you can extract so many treasures, so much power from it if you look through it through the lens of healing and wholeness.
If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Whitney Houston, Greatest Love of All.
Love it. Definitely connects with who you are, right?
Yes, yes. And I had no idea that it was going to take me almost 20 years to really deeply, unapologetically, fiercely, and relentlessly love Kristie and everything about her.
Well, that's great. And you're inspiring so many other people as well, right? Again, it's like you're like a life testament to the exact thing you're teaching, right? Like your pains are true. You've reframed your viewpoints.
Yes, yes. I always say that powerful presence begins with acute self-awareness. And the better you know yourself, the more authentically you can present yourself to the world.
Well, Kristie, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form, so it'll be yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here, though. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Kristie, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
2 fur dogs.
Do you believe in God?
I believe with everything in me.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
If I rent a red box, probably about 1.5 hours.
All right. What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Less than 8.
Kristie, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Kristie Kennedy, what would you say that is?
Too big to fail.
Love it. Kristie, this has been such a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
In the words of Walt Disney, if you can dream it, you can do it!
Love it. Kristie Kennedy, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.